socks, and we were just discussing this off camera. I am wearing socks. They're just tiny, 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 weeny. It was a much snappier little intro when I did it with the rhyme, but we are good to go. All right, so we're going to warm this one up with jumping jacks for 10. We're going to do a standing cross body for 10. Get your abs going. And then we're going to do standing twists so we can loosen up your torso. So we're going to do this for about 2 minutes. I'm going to set you up with a brand new block, and we are going to go through bit by bit. Okay, you and me and what we can make our bodies do. Well, let's get into this. So 10 jumping jacks, bringing up your core temperature. You can count along. Everyone can count in tens, can't they? You say that. Completely lost count already. Good. 9 and 10. So with our standing cross body, you want to twist over the knee. So the knee comes across at a sort of a slight jaunty angle. We're just looking for 10 total. So we get 5 each side. We've got a real OCD thing. I have to be balanced on both. Now with our twists, we're just going to open up. What you find is if you've probably just woken up, you just started this, you are going to be a little bit tighter. But as we warm up, you will get a whole heap more done. Now, I'd like to think we can get through at least 2 sets of this. It'd be nice for a warm-up without overdoing it. So just 10 more here. Bounce it out light on your toes. We're mobilizing the shoulders. We're going to need them for some things. They're going to act as a stabilizer for some of the exercises in the following block. Okay, so cross body. I like to have my hands up. You want to have your hands down here. That works too. Just like marching on the spot with a slight deviation on the angle. Okay, now I'm going to slow these down. I'm going to go a little further, wider, with my twists here, sweeping across. You want to take like a little monkey grip. Do you remember that from when you were a kid? Kind of link your fingers together, loosen it off, just there and there. Great. I'm going to squeeze one more set of jumping jacks in just because I've got the time. Excellent. And 10. Excellent. So wherever you are in that warm-up, bring it to a close about now, because that's about 2 minutes deep. I'm going to set you up for your first block. Now, we're going to use floor space for this one. We're going to walkouts. They're going to look like this. Walk, walk, walk to a high plank position. Pause, brace the core, walk yourself back up. Second exercise is going to be shoulder taps. You're going to do from there. And I'm going to stay down for the rest because they're all going to be floor-based. Your shoulder taps will be here. Spread your feet nice and wide. Tap one shoulder, tap the other. Here and here. We're going to go into plank rotations. We're on hand central. Extend up towards the ceiling and rotate and do the same on the other side. We'll finish that with high plank toe touches. So I'll walk my feet in ever so slightly, reach through towards the toes on the far side. Okay, that is the entire block. 4 exercises. We're going to go 8 by 8 by 8 by 8 to keep it nice and simple. Flow. All about flow. Top to bottom. Ready to roll? I'm going to a walkout in 3, in 2, in 1. So walking your hands out, nice and slow, nice and steady. This is where I probably fill you in. That is only a 3-minute block. We've got a few 3-minute blocks to make the most of the time we have. Drop it down. So you want to get your hips in line with your shoulders and your ankles. Walk, 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 walk. Now 8 of these will take a little while. The whole rest of the exercises will probably take as long combined as this one takes to do on its own. But there is a lot going on. This is kind of like double dipping on that warm-up. We get a little bit more out of this one. Walk it, walk it, walk it. Pause and walk yourself back up. So that's me for 6. I'm going to go 2 more, and on the final one, I'm going to stay down. So I'm here, and I'm smoothly up. My last one, then I take it into my shoulder taps. There, spread my feet slightly wider, tap one shoulder, tap the other. It's all about not rocking side to side. 7 and 8, into my rotation, to your high plank position. You rotate in here, sucking up through the core, nice and tight. This is a core crusher after all. Basically because people like the alliteration. Good, and I go for an 8. There and there, into my high plank. I reach through, tap my feet. Now if that's too easy for you, you walk your feet away a little further. Drop in the hips, tap it through. In, and again, for a total of 8 here. That'll be 7, and that'll be 8. And then we just walk it back up, in for 1. Now ideally, that will have taken you about 90 seconds, because I'd like to think we can get 2 complete sets done. That's how I planned it, at least. If you're a little behind or a little bit further ahead, don't worry, because 3 minutes is 3 minutes. You don't have to think about it very much. This is how it should work. Yes, 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 yes. Fabulous. Like I told you, this one takes the time. The other 2, very smooth. Just 8 total. That'll probably leave us about 45 seconds right on the back end of this block to get the rest of it done. Walk it out, walk it out. Shoulder taps for 8. Sucking up through that core, pulling that belly button in. You will get a slight rock in your hips, don't worry about it. That is only natural. Into your rotations. Up we go. Extending the body nice and high. Yes. Yes. And that should leave me about 15-20 seconds to reach through 8 times underneath my body. That's my 3 and 4, 5 and 6. And that is me done there. Oh, to the second. Nailed it, nailed it. Okay, so take a little breather. I'm gonna keep this going. Probably guess from the name, there's a lot of ab work going on in here. Next one, we're gonna take it down to our bench. You're gonna need 1 dumbbell. Doesn't even need to be a massively aggressive dumbbell. I'll show you what's happening and you can decide from there. So I grab a dumbbell. Here's one I prepared earlier. We're gonna go 8 dumbbell sit-ups, 8 dumbbell leg raises, and then we're gonna go 8 halos, one direction, and then 8 halos the other direction. It doesn't matter which one you start with. I wrote left and right on my program. If you end up going the other way, don't give yourself a hard time. Just do it the opposite way around on the other time, okay? Good to go. Water bottles down, dumbbells up. You know how it works. 8 apiece, 3 minutes of fun. We'll see you on the other side. Let's do this. Lay yourself down, extend yourself up. Because this is a time game, you go smooth and steady. It is all dedicated core work, so you don't need to be rushing really. Smooth, extend it up. Now 8 always seems nice. When you get to double digits, that's when it sounds nasty. This, very smooth. See the way I'm lowering myself down onto the bench? That is how you delicately position. Now the sit-ups are the slowest one. Again, open with the one that takes all the time. Then, seems like plain sailing on the other side, you know? Now see, this is where your breathing is gonna be much more important. Sink that in. Always breathing out on the exertion. The legs will naturally go down, and that's when you will expand your lungs and breathe in a little more anyway. And when you've done 8, I'm just gonna rock myself. A little bit of momentum, that's not cheating. So we go around the head, 8 times. Yes, yes. There's a 4. So it's all a lot of elbows here. It's like a slipped halo. I mean, legit, if it was an actual angel, the halo would be a little bit higher. Otherwise, I'd be very disappointed. This one, just around the top of your head. I mean, people have different hairlines, so I don't always suggest that's where it has to be. But you notice how the elbows move? Give myself that little roll around. And when I've got 8 on that side, that's taking me about 90 seconds, because that's how I planned it out. 2 rounds. Each round should take about 90 seconds. Quick maths, that'll be your 3-minute block. So usually about this point in a workout, I start to calm down on the chat because I need the extra breath to help me through my process. I just need 2 more, keep that range. Not interested in you compromising anything. If your feet lift off the floor, don't be at all surprised. Into those 8 leg raises. Breathing out the exertion. Control is good. You notice where my shoulders are off the deck a little bit as well? Because that way I can keep my upper abs engaged. Just don't put any strain on your neck. Sometimes people come to me and say, oh, I think I'm doing something with my neck. And I'm like, well, that's what you're doing with your neck. Don't be doing that. Excellent. When I hit my 8, I rock myself up into position. I need 8 halos one way and 8 the other. And that is another block successfully knocked out of the park. I should make more of the fact that socks rhymes with cocks, I reckon. We're talking about whether or not we should full name ourselves, but I don't suppose anybody's that bothered. And it's not like I'm posting my national security numbers. It's, you're okay. 8 round the other way. Feel free to look me up on Instagram if you wish. I go by my actual name. 7, 8. Fabulous. Another 3 minutes done. I'm gonna give you a tiny little recovery right here, and then we're gonna take you into one final block. Now, I'm gonna do this one down from the deck. This one's got a little finisher on it because it's the last big block. So we're gonna go for 3 minutes. We're gonna go down to the floor. We go alternating toe touches. We're gonna go here for 8. Now don't be the lazy one who just brings the leg towards you. You go meet it halfway, okay? Then we go into cycle crunches for only 12. Now I know people normally knock out mountain climbers and cycle crunches with 20s. I want you to spend a little bit more time doing some other stuff. So after your 12 cycle crunches, we're gonna go into 8 butterfly sit-ups. Why don't you tap the floor behind your head and go tap your instep. There is a little finisher on there, so we will see how you go at the end, okay? Right, we're going in 3, 2, 1. Let's hit those alternating toe touches. Go meet it halfway, bring the leg, and take your body as well. 7, and you got the 8. Excellent. Do those cycle crunches. Lay yourself back down. 1, 2. People tend to do cycle crunches way too quick as well. We're looking for 12. It shouldn't take you all that long, but you've got this. Brilliant. Okay, now put the soles of your feet together. Tap behind your head. Go looking for the instep, just there. Tap behind. Go find the inside. Yes. Just 8 of these. Be glad it's only 8. I know your abs are on fire, but that's kind of why we're here. I'm using a little bit of momentum over here. Trying to do it and style it out so it doesn't look like I'm cheating particularly, but probably am. Good. We'll see if we can get through 3 complete sets. And then if we've got any time left over, like I told you, there's a little finisher for you. Go find those toes. And 8, nice work. Cycles. And butterflies. Okay, well, my groaning, free to make your own noises, if it helps you along your way. This is good for time. Get through one more set. Yes. Whew. 5, 6, 7, 8, cycle crunches. Now, if I've really dialed up my breathing, it's not because I'm dying over here. It's because very, very smart guy who created the beautiful visual products that you see in front of you once said, our trainers always talk about breathing, yet he never sees or hears them breathe. And this is me gassing it, get out of the breath. Okay? Ah, that is me. Let's finish this. So grab yourself a dumbbell. We're gonna go into snatches, floor to ceiling, alternating on the floor. Just want 30 seconds. I'm gonna get you out of here real soon. Drawing in through the core, leading with the elbow. Let's drive with the legs. I want another 15 seconds. And I'm gonna take you through some beautiful stretches to get you on your merry way. But maximizing the 15 minutes that we had, because it's not here for a long time. We're just here for a good time. That's awesome. We do need to do this responsibly though, because that was some hard core work. See what I've done there? Hardcore. Here all week, folks, here all week. Link your fingers together, push your palms down into your lap. Take a deep breath. Exhale, sweeping your palms up. Deep breath at the top. Exhale one way, stretch now down the sides. Don't have to make that noise. That is not my presenting voice at all. Here we are. Hands together, palms down. Just remains for me to thank you so much for your time, your energy, your patience, and for watching me on your beautiful home screen. I am the Cox in that box with tiny little socks.